Okay, this is a video about what to expect during Chungdham Learning's training week, and also give you some more advice if you want to have a different company than Chungdham. But first I'll talk about my company because that's what I know. So a lot of people watched my video, Chungdham Learning is not a scam, and they had more questions about Chungdham's training week. And what I can say is, it's intense. You've got to, get your work set out for you. And I'll explain everything about it. Now, one thing I do remember, I think I remember signing something in my contract saying that I wouldn't, give away any company secrets or anything weird like that. But I hardly doubt anything I'm about to say is a secret. And if anyone from Chungdham Corporate watches this video, send me an email. I'll take it down. I have no problem with that. But a lot of people are just really curious, and I'm going to tell them because that's what I do with the YouTube world. I say what's on my mind. So let me review. So you are a person who's still in America. You've gotten an offer from Chungdham, and you wonder, is this a scam? Well, it's not. I can honestly say that. And you might be a little concerned when they say like, oh, you need to buy the ticket to Korea, and if you fail training, we won't reimburse you for that ticket, and you have to buy your own ticket home. So it is quite a big risk. And you might think that this sounds kind of shady. But I have to make this very clear to you. Chungdham wants you here. They want teachers. But more than they want teachers, they want committed teachers. They don't want people who come here to just get drunk every day, to go party crazy, who don't really care about children. No, you're going to have to buy your own ticket home. But if you're a person who's committed to being here, someone who really wants to try hard, really wants to work, well, they'll love to have you here. In fact, they expect you here. Because, for example, my own school, we had a guy who we scheduled to come here like last summer. And he failed training. Well, actually, he didn't even fail training. He didn't even show up. He didn't even get on the plane to come to Korea. And we were pissed, because we expected him to pass training and to join our company. And so we all had to do extra shifts. The classes were too big. It was garbage. So we expect you to pass. That's something that you should know from the get-go. We don't bring in 100 people from America and only take the best 50. No, we bring in exactly the amount of people we need, and we assume you will all pass. But if some people don't pass, then there are like these guys at the corporate office who they can dispatch down to various branches. But so anyway, keep that in mind. They expect you to pass when you come here. Okay, so you get to Korea, you get lost and confused with the bus system, and ultimately you find the right bus, you get to the middle of Seoul, you then get in a taxi and you tell them the hotel that Chungdham has you stay at. With me, I think it was like the Coex Hotel or something. I don't remember. But anyway, at that hotel, you'll share a room with some of the other training people. And it's actually kind of nice. You get to meet all the other people who are in this training. They all get dispatched to various branches in Korea. And I've, kept the friendship up with a couple of those guys. So, it's cool to have friends all over Korea and you can go and visit them. But anyway, so I arrived in Korea on Saturday night. Got to the hotel, I was jet lagged, I just fell asleep. The next day I woke up and I called my trainer, recruiter person. I said, hey, I'm in Korea, what should I do? And they said, well, it's Sunday, go exploring. Meet at the hotel lobby, 9 a.m. on Monday. Sunday is your day. So I walked around Korea, went to a cat cafe. It was pretty cool. So that was my Sunday of training week. And then Monday, my third day in Korea, all of us in the training group, we all went down to the lobby of the hotel, we got in a bus, and they sent us to the Chungdham corporate office. The corporate office actually looks kind of shady. It was under construction, so there was, all kinds of stuff happening when we were there. This was like, a year and a half ago, maybe. Well, a little bit less than that. But, yeah, the Chungdham corporate office doesn't look like anything spectacular. But anyway, we go in there, and Monday was just a big introduction day. Everyone introduced themselves, welcome to Korea. Here's some expressions that'll help you get around. gave us some advice on things to do, gave us a bunch of packets, said like you should read these as homework, and yeah, so we got all those packets, we went home and we read them. And a lot of it is, how can I say this, education jargon that's really hard to process on your own account. And also, you know, in the back of all of our minds, it was, hey, if we fail training, we, you know, have to go home. So we were all really serious about it. But there were a couple people in the training group who said, oh, hey, it's Monday, let's go party, drinking. And I don't think that's a good idea, because Chungdam, in training week especially, they want to make sure you're committed to the company. So for 1 week of your life, just don't go have parties all the time. How about that? The next week, you can. Okay, Friday and Saturday of the next week will be yours. You can go get lost in various Korean bars. But that first week, don't. That's my advice to you. And then, so Monday, yeah, so really, it was Monday night, and we hadn't done anything really official yet. It was only Tuesday that when we went back to the corporate office, we were given 2 trainers. And it was 3 hours with one guy and 3 hours with a girl. And both of them just taught us how to do the Chungdam teaching style. I'm not going to really get into it, but it's not anything too difficult. I guarantee you, if you are an college-educated English speaker, you can do it. It's not hard. Recommendations I could have for you, you know, you could start studying some grammar rules. Maybe that could help you. But even if you don't have all the grammar rules memorized, you're not totally in the dark. Just speak clear, functional English like myself. People should understand you easily. Speak in easy words. I remember I used the word posture during my practice teaching, and the guy was like, don't say big words like that, because you're, you know, talking to English learners. So, yeah, but if you know a lot of difficult grammar rules, those could help you. But ultimately, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you're with those trainers for like 6-7 hours a day, and they teach you how to do the Chungdam way of teaching. Not impossible. And then Friday is kind of like an evaluation day, where they give you like a couple of tests, and then they also have you do a practice teaching in front of the trainers. And they just, you know, make sure, were you paying attention? Did you learn what we taught you? And it's implied, if you fail the training, you will, you know, have to go home. So a lot of people Thursday night were freaking out. You know, people were coming to my room. Oh, Corey, I don't know what to do. Oh, God, I can't go back to America. And yeah, it was kind of intense that Thursday night. A lot of people were freaking out. But I'm pretty sure almost everybody passed. Maybe like one guy failed. But and this is something to know as well. Even if you fail the training, even if you fail, they call up the school you're going to be dispatched to, and they say, hey, look, this guy or this girl failed for these reasons. Do you want them anyway? Because as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, they expect you to pass. They have already like allocated the students in the classes for you. So it's then up to the school's choice. And I remember my school, actually, one of the guys failed like years ago, but my school said, okay, we'll have him anyway. And he came, and he's actually today one of our best teachers. He's still here today. So even if you fail, it depends on the reasons you failed. Like, I remember talking to the trainers, and they said that one guy failed, or actually 2 guys failed, because they got in a fist fight in the middle of the training. I mean, of course, if you get in a fist fight, they're going to kick you out. Another guy came in terribly hungover. Yeah, he couldn't even talk, so they kicked him out. Okay, just have a very professional attitude. Really commit yourself to it. And I don't think they can fail you. That's just my opinion, and that's what I think. But one thing I have to say about the training, though, that caught me off surprise. So we had like our 2 trainings where they, you know, like tested us and they evaluated everybody, and then immediately after the training, like the class on Friday ended at like, I don't know, 5 p.m. At 5:01, they had a list on the door, and they said, okay, all the people going to Daejeon, all the people going to Busan, all the people going to Incheon, get in these buses, go now. And I didn't get a chance to say goodbye to a lot of the guys I saw that whole week. In fact, there was this one guy named Kevin. If you're out there, Kevin, you should get in touch with me. Who I never knew his last name, so I don't know really how to find him on the internet. There's a million Kevins. And he was a really cool guy, and I'll never be able to be in contact with him again. I mean, I guess I could call the training people and ask, but there were like 4 Kevins in the training group, so I'd have to go. But anyway, I wish I had got his contact information before. I assumed that we would have some kind of end of training group party thing, but no, they said, get in the buses, you're going now. And in fact, that, they put me on a bus to Daejeon. I got to Daejeon that night, and I was introduced to my staff at my school, and they said, well, our school is a little bit different than corporate. And so they had to give me they had to untrain me and then retrain me in some things. So I can't say it was all a waste. No. In fact, it's very necessary. They teach you a lot of the basics, but training wasn't as dramatically important for my real teaching as they made it out to be. So that's my whole advice with training. And overall, I'm glad that they do it, because it weeds out the bad apples. But I can guarantee you this: if you are, as I said before, college educated, if you're an outgoing person, if you speak very clearly, if you can speak in basic words, if you have had any experience with kids, especially, maybe like a daycare person, of course a teacher, summer camp counselor like myself, all those skills can really, really help this job. In fact, I think that my experience 4 years as a summer camp counselor was actually more valuable to my English teaching than my year and a half experience as a middle school, high school teacher. So that's all I have to say about the Chungdham Training Week. If you have any questions, I'll gladly answer them. I'm not going to set up Skype appointments anymore because people never show up. It's really boring to just sit there on Skype waiting for some random guy. And also, I don't get paid to do that. I'm basically giving Chungdham free PR. So maybe Chungdham should watch this and pay me. Haha. But anyway, so that's all I have to say. Peace out. Keep it real.